Hey, Barry Manning here from Lisbon, Portugal. We crossed the Atlantic to meet up with Neemias Queta here, hosting his second children's camp here, development camp, just outside of the city where he grew up and the foundation of his NBA career formed. So excited to talk about his journey a little bit here, the camp. We just watched, this is the second or third day?
This is the third day.
Yeah, so excited to be out here. This is my first time in Portugal and excited to try out some of the restaurants and see where Neemi grew up out here. So excited to have you on, Neemi.
Most definitely excited to have you around and hopefully you get a good time out here in Lisbon.
Yeah, for sure. And Andre, we had him on. We were talking to him about how the camp started last year, and he said you reached out to him 3 weeks before you wanted to do the camp, and we're like, can we set this up? What made you want to do that a year ago?
I've always wanted to do a camp, but I never really had a infrastructure and the right timing to make it happen. And the opportunity arose at that time, and we just decided it was a good time and we managed to make it happen. Even though it was a little bit last minute, we managed to make it happen. But this year we had a lot more time to prepare, a lot more availability with people and coaches, so it was just a little bit easier to figure out this year, and we just want to give back to the kids back here.
What are the memories you have of a year ago? I know it was a little smaller group. You're just trying to figure things out. What were some of the things that stood out when you did this for the first time?
Yeah, just the excitement of the kids. First of all, they're always coming out here playing hard and just trying to have fun with each other. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about with basketball. If you can be the best player in the world, but if you can't have fun with it, what good is that for you?
Yeah, and what are these kids saying to you? What are they asking you out here? What are the interactions like when you get to see them face to face?
No, normal interactions with kids, just asking me what's the stuff I like to do on the court, how is it to dunk and stuff like that. How does it feel to go out there for a block and just being in the NBA world. They just want to pick my brain apart and I just want to give them all the knowledge I got and try and help them the best I can.
Do you remember the first time you dunked?
Yes, I was around 17, I think. Yeah, I fell on a layup. They went down the other way. I was kind of pouting, and I just came back down a little bit lazy. I got the ball. They recovered the ball while I was crossing half court. Yeah, they passed it to me because I was ahead, and I just went up for the dunk. First time.
Yeah, and for the people who don't know, your sister played basketball. She brought you to a tryout, and that was basically when you first discovered the game and got to play it for the first time. What are some of the memories you have of playing basketball for the first time out here? Because obviously there's a soccer, football country. Was it even something you thought about growing up? Did you know much about basketball?
Not really. I didn't know much about basketball.
And how old were you at that time?
10. I was 10. There was a hoop right behind my backboard, my house, when I was 6, 7, or 8. I used to go out there and just throw it just because it was the only thing I could. My parents only let me go out there and play in that area. So I was just out there with a basketball, a soccer ball shooting. And then they cut down the hoop. I never really tried basketball again until I was 10. So, I went to work out with my sister, and there was a man's basketball team right around the court, on the other court, and they just oh, you tall, why don't you try it? And I was like, all right, why not? And ever since then, it's just been love at first sight, with the actual intention to play basketball,
Yeah, and when did that develop? I might want to go to college. I might want to go to the U.S. and actually make this potentially an NBA career.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right around 17, 18.
Yeah.
I was coming off my first year of U18, and I was pretty solid on my team. Had a couple good games with good minutes. So we had the same coach, and he pretty much just challenged me to come back the next summer as pretty much one of the best bigs in the country, and I just felt like it was a challenge I could take up, and he kind of reframed my mindset, and he just wanted me to get better at basketball and try to take it serious. with the example of like showing how Giannis grew up and like he became so much stronger in the beginning and like the development he had. So it was just like a good example for me. And ever since then, I just been taking it serious. Whether it's the weight room or like workouts in the summer, extra reps, it was just that.
Yeah, and obviously you're going to play EuroBasket this summer with Portugal. You went through some of the youth tournaments with the team. What's the significance of this tournament for you? Because I know some other summers you've been hurt or just dealing with some stuff and haven't been able to play. Like, is this an extra significant one for you? And obviously the team, qualifying to play in a tournament like this is a big deal, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think it's a big deal for us because we've been feeling like we've been growing a lot in the last couple of years. We've been really competitive in these games. Our basketball is growing. We got a lot of kids joining in lately, so I think this is like the cherry on top of the cake for us. Like, we haven't been to the EuroBasket since 2011. We're really excited about this opportunity. We know we're the underdogs, and nobody really cares about us, but we're here to prove people otherwise.
Yeah, and we were talking about a little bit earlier, like how you play with Portugal compared to how you play with the Celtics. Like, what are people going to expect in terms of your role on this team and how you play and how you have to lead this group?
Yeah, I think I gotta be like one of the most vocal guys in the court. Like, I gotta make sure I can keep up with the scoring and like being able to do multiple things on the floor. Show a little bit of versatility and just be the best version of myself, I feel like.
Yeah, and this offseason, man, I said it to Andre, started earlier than any of you would want to. I played till June last year, win the championship. So obviously the season ends in May against the Knicks there. What are your thoughts after a year like that ends? Obviously it was a season where you got to start, where you got to play a lot more, but it obviously wasn't as a team the result that you guys wanted. Like, when you're stepping away from that, obviously, and Jason getting hurt too, just a lot of emotions, I'm sure. What were some of your first thoughts coming after it?
No, like, obviously it's not how we wanted it to happen and like the way that we wanted the year to end. But I think we're still in a good position. JT's recovering well, JB's recovering well, so hopefully we can get going, build a foundation again with the new team, with the new guys, make them build up to speed of what we're about to do this year, and we just wanna keep on going and build on the foundation that we had on the last couple of years. Obviously the roster are gonna be different, but I'm not expecting any different expectations from Joe and from Brad and all the guys that are up there that make the decisions. We're out there to just go out there and just compete and trying to win games. And after that, like, we'll let the dice roll where they may.
Yeah, and I know you've had to go through a rehab too here. What led you to go with the procedure this off season, and how has the recovery gone from it so far?
It's been good. Like, we've been dealing with this stuff like a couple of years ago. So we just decided it was a great time for us to do it. We're trying to get back to 100%. We feel pretty confident in the process, and we're just grateful that we were taken care of, and I want to make sure I'm healthy and get back to 100%, and I feel like I'm on the right path to do that.
Yeah, and you mentioned the losses. These are guys that you've been close with. Your position, I'm sure you've learned from playing with some of these guys. Al Horford, Luke Cornett heading to San Antonio, and Kristaps Porzingis to Atlanta. How difficult was it to see those guys go and some of the other departures you guys had as a team this offseason? And what could that potentially mean for you in terms of opportunity this upcoming year?
Yeah, obviously it's not easy. Losing these guys is something that we really guys that we really cherish in the locker room and on the court too. They made a big difference, made huge impacts for us. Luke was great off the bench, and whenever his name was called, he was always ready. I learned a lot of that from him, so it's gonna be a tough year losing him. And then KP is always a guy that was always good to have around, like great in the locker room and like super skilled, super talented. We're gonna miss that. And then Drew was always like the glue guy, the connector. He did everything for us. Like, he used to guard 7-footers. He used to pressure up in the perimeter. He used to initiate offense. So it's tough losses, but I feel like we're always ready for it, and it's the business. So we just gotta keep moving on.
Yeah, and how do you look at that? Like, has the team actually said, like, all right, Nimi, this is your time now? Like, obviously, you're the more veteran guy at that position at this point. I know nothing's promised, but like, how are you looking at the potential to fill in some of the big shoes that are, left empty there at that position?
Yeah, it's not really what what we're really expecting, but I feel like we're in a position that I'm growing, I'm developing at a steady pace, and with big responsibilities, it comes a demand of I need to show out every day, and I need to be more consistent. So I've been working on it, and I feel like I'm getting ready for it. So hopefully it's gonna be a good year for me in general, and I think I'll step it up. I'll step up for the occasion, and all the other guys as well. Like we're not really the group that everybody points out as like the best, but we're here to prove it otherwise.
Yeah, and are you hearing from teammates? Are you hearing encouragement? Like, all right, this is gonna be your time. Like coaching staff, all that sort of thing. And I thought what stood out to me earlier this summer was we heard from Amari Williams for the first time, and he was like, "I'm trying to come in and learn from the vets like Nimi." I was like, "Well, Nimi's the vet now at that position, and it's true." Like, are you starting to hear from teammates about like what they're expecting out of you?
Um, Not necessarily. I'm pretty much just focused on my work right now. That's always good. Like a couple of years ago, I wasn't sure if I was going to stay around in the league, and it's a great position to be in right now, like being called a vet. But it's also you never want to take it for granted because you never know what tomorrow brings. So I'm just glad I got the opportunity in front of me for me to prove what I'm worth, and let's do it, man. Like whether Amari, whether the new guys need anything from me, like I'm just here to help them and like bring them close to the team and just make things easy for them, like they did from the other guys did for me.
Yeah, and what are the things you're working on this off season to prepare for this? Like, where do you want to grow your game? What are some of the things you want to do better next season?
Obviously, I think it's making sure I get in great shape, go out there and make lead decisions with the ball in my hands, and making sure I get great finishes this year. I also want to like raise up my free throw attempts this year. Just want to be aggressive and make sure I get my percentage up on the free throw line too.
Could we see some three-pointers from you this year? Like, is that a part of your game that you think?
I think I always work on the threes no matter what. You never know when you need one of them, and like even if I'm not a great shooter off of the 3-point line, if I'm open and I got to shoot it, I will shoot it confidently. You never know it. I want to make them.
And what's Joe's message been? Has he been talking to you guys a lot so far this offseason? I know with you, like he's always stressed your high ceiling. Like you're a guy that he wants to see a lot out of, and he's been tough on too. As we've talked about in the past. How has that relationship grown between you and him over the last couple of years here? And has he given you a message this offseason yet?
Yeah, he's been on me like ever since I got here. He believes in me heavily, so I'm really happy that he's that we're here, we're together, and like I'm just trying to prove him right. Like all the stuff that he said about me, I agree with him, and I just wanna keep on going. And I think the message for me this year is just need me just go out there, play freely, and just help us win games.
And we've asked everybody this. Do you have a favorite Joe story? Is there something that stands out that from your time playing for him, is your favorite moment?
I think I told this one time. Like there was one time the ref messed up a call, and Joe was telling him to look at the jumbotron, and he was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna look. See, you're not taking coaching. You're not taking coaching well. You know."
And finally, this is my first time out here in Portugal. What do I got to do? What do I got to see? What are the foods I got to try? What are some of your recommendations here?
You got to go to Pastéis de Belém. You also gotta go to Praia da Troia. That's a little bit out of Lisbon, but you don't have time for that right now. So I'll do other stuff. You also gotta go to the Timeout Market.
I heard about that one.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
They got one in Boston too, right?
I think so. But that one in Lisbon is pretty nice. You also gotta go to the Expo. Parque das Nações, and I'd say like beach-wise, you're right here in Carcavelos. You're in a great spot to go out and get a good tan.
Yeah, and you mentioned the codfish. That's like the big thing here. It's Boston too, like Cape Cod and all that. So that's another connection, Boston and Portugal.
Yeah, man. Like I love the Cape Cod, so it's only fitting, you know.
It's Neemias Queta. It's the second annual camp here that he's doing in Lisbon, so appreciate his time here, and great to see him interacting with all the kids and continuing to train for the EuroBasket. Portugal will be competing in that starting next month, and I know all the Celtics fans will be watching and rooting for you, Neemi, especially as you step into a bigger role this year, so appreciate you.
Most definitely, I appreciate you for coming out, and like I said, like I hope you enjoy Portugal.
PrizePicks is the best place to turn your sports knowledge into cash with millions of members. PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. Pick more or less on at least 2 players to win up to 2,000 times your cash. How do you play? That's simple. You can pick one sport, cross sports, doesn't matter. Pick more or less on any of the stats offered on the platform, and you can pick 2, 3, 4, doesn't matter. It's that simple. For me personally, I like to settle in on one game, see what's going on. That way I can track it, players on both sides, and that's how I like to make my selections, but you can play however you want. The most important thing for you to do is download that app and use the code CLNS. That's code CLNS, and you get 50 put into your account as soon as you play 5. All you have to do is play 5, get 50 when you use the code CLNS. In addition to that special offer, there's a lot of other great features on PrizePicks. Taco Tuesday, where you get a discounted stat or a discounted player. Freaky Friday, lots of free squares, which basically just allows you to insert something into your lineup, which is almost certain to hit. Makes it that much easier to win your cash. So once again, download that app today. Use code CLNS, play 5, and get 50 instantly in your account. Once again, download the app. Code CLNS, get 50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, run your game.
All right, that's a wrap on Neemias Queta's camp here. The week-long camp is done. He's tired. It was an amazing time, man. How do you think it went?
I think it went great. Being tired, I feel like that's secondary. Like we get a majority of it is just getting the joy out of helping with kids and getting re-energized with them, and like kind of connecting with the inner child of me when I was starting picking up a basketball too. It's kind of good to see that more than anything, and that's what's gonna stick with me.
What was your favorite part of the week?
Just how kids be opening up to me too, like just asking questions or just how they wanna talk about their own lives and just being able to connect with them. It's a lot of the stuff is very similar to what we go through on the daily, but it's still very relatable, and it's good to have that empathy with them.
Yeah, what was your favorite story you heard this week? Maybe someone starting basketball or some question they had for you. What was your favorite memory?
No, like just one kid came up to me and he told me that he had been really excited about the camp since he had came last year, and he just told me how much he meant to him to be out here, and like how much it meant to him that I was spending time with him on the sidelines and just chopping it up, like little stuff like that, like not even putting that much effort by my part, and doesn't cost much time for me. It can go a long way for them, and that's what I do it for.
What would it mean to have your family here today and have them watch this? Was this their first? Did they come last year too? And what did that mean?
Yeah, it's always cool to have the support of your family. You get shouted out by Carlos in the middle of the camp. My mom kind of gets a little bit not ashamed, but
shy,
nervous. So it's funny to see that. I've always seen the other side too when she gets really angry. So it's funny. So it's nice. It's nice to be out there and like just have them around, support me, and showing me love.
Yeah, and they were a big part of your basketball journey, obviously, to be able to have these moments with them now. Like, what are the memories you have with them growing up and them helping you start your basketball career here?
Yeah, like majority of the memories is just like being together, having conversations, just like shaping me into the man I am today. And and I'm really grateful for them that they taught me all those life lessons to this day that stick with me.
Yeah, and I know you brought the ring here, and we're able to tell everybody about the championship now. It's been like a year or two, but what kind of memories do you have from that you've been able to share with people here? And did people ask about what it was like to win?
Yeah, like I told everybody, like it's such a surreal feeling, and that whole journey is like it's an experience, you know. Like you gotta go through a bunch of teams. You gotta fight different matchups. You gotta stay together for the last 2 months of the season. Like those 2 months is long, very long, especially because majority of people not really used to going that far in the season, and yeah, that's the main thing I remember from it. It's like how long it is and how gruesome it is on your body. You gotta keep taking care of your body, and like I think the kids, so that was the message I was trying to transmit to them. Like, hey man, you can be great over here, but like when you get to the next level and you keep on playing players that are great, like you gotta keep on pushing your body to keep on testing your limits, because to be a champion, you gotta be able to withstand that type of adversity, and become more how do you say it? You become more
Resilient?
resilient, because it's not going to be easy. So you got to keep on finding ways to become impactful.
Yeah, and the EuroBasket's coming up for you next, the training camp and the big event for Portugal now, and it's going to be great competition. You know, we talked about it, Jokic and Porzingis and Şengün and some of the matchups you'll have out there. What are you looking forward to with this tournament, and how do you think it's going to help you prepare for this next season?
Yeah, obviously it's always good to get a head start on everybody playing wise, like just getting into shape earlier on, and finding your rhythm, and like just getting a better feel for the game, and just it'll be a seamless transition for training camp in Boston. But the main thing is just going out there and competing. Like we know how hard it is to compete at that level. I feel like we've been building up a great foundation for the last couple of years. Our team is young. Our team is like full of players that are hungry to make a name for themselves. So let the games begin.
Yeah, and you've obviously played a bunch against Kristaps the last couple of years. What do you learn about playing against him, and what are you looking forward to now that you'll get to match up against each other for the national teams?
Yeah, KP was a great big to have around. I learned a lot from his game. He's a problem in the post, a problem in the perimeter too when he gets in mismatches. So we just gotta go out, find a way to like make impactful plays in that game, and trying to limit him as much as we can. We know it's a hard task, but that's what we're here to try to do.
And you got to do a bunch of workouts this week, ramping up for it. How are you feeling physically after the workouts this week? And you're almost at 100%, you said now, right?
Yeah, we're getting there, slowly but surely. We're getting up there. We're reconditioning our body. We're figuring out ways to still become, ways to be athletic, ways to be out there moving well. We're just trying to figure out the movement patterns to get back, and I think it's going well. Like I'm really confident in the work I put in, the amount of hours I put in, and it's going to show.
How has Taj helped you this week? He's really pushed you.
Yeah, he's been great. He's been pushing these kids to get better a lot, and I feel like he's been pushing me too. I'm no different, and I just wanna keep on getting better. And it's so much easier when you got guys like him trying to motivate you, and like how good his skill development is too. So it's a great experience for me to have him around.
Neemias Queta, that's a wrap on Neemias Queta's camp here. Been great to visit, been great to see Lisbon, and we're back to the States soon. You'll be back in Boston next week. We're doing some workouts there, right?
Yes. Be leaving this following weekend, and just be out there for a couple of weeks.
I appreciate your time, and I'm looking forward to next year, obviously, too, seeing some teammates and all that. What have been your first impressions of seeing the, some of your new teammates and being at the facility so far this summer?
Yeah, it's been cool. Like I knew Luka before. Like we had a bunch of workouts in the draft together. I knew Max obviously as well. So it's a seamless transition for those two at least. And then the other guys, I've seen them a couple times. Not really much, but I'm just here to like make them feel welcome and like trying to make them their life as easy as possible.
How excited are you for Max? Do you have a good Max story for everybody?
Um, no, not really. Max is not really like a funny story guy. You know, Max is really chill, like smart player, really laid back guy, and I think he'll fit in on the team really well. Like he kind of has a little bit of the energy that we need.
Thank you, Neemias, and we appreciate your time here this week. Thanks so much.